What's up? What's up? What's up, beautiful people? This is Pretty Girl Love Trap content. I missed you guys. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video. Your girl has been on a sick and shut-in list at the church house. Okay, your girl, she over there trying to get her life together. Okay, so I'm not 100%. So please bear with me. I'm just trying to get these videos out ASAP pronto. Okay, because yeah, we got some things to talk about when it comes to Atlanta, okay? Season finale, episode 10, Tarrare, okay? This is a van-based episode, and I was here for it because your girl has been bugging. She has been, doing some strange things, okay? So we needed to get to the bottom of it, okay? Because the psychologist and me, the investigator of me, the sister girl and me needed to figure out what the heck was going on, okay? So let's get started into the episode, all right? So we are in Paris, okay? Paris just seems so romantic and beautiful, okay? But we see your girl Candace, okay? And she has her home girl and her home girl's cousin, okay, Shanice and Zosha, all right. So apparently your girl Candace is over there to do something a little strange for a little change, okay. Somebody's son, somebody's uncle, possibly somebody's daddy done paid your girl 6 of the K to pee on him. Now, I ain't hating on the hustle, Candace. Like, do what you do. 6K? And I'm like, okay, let's break this down. Is this including the flights, the hotel? She done flew, included her homegirls in the trip. So is that deducted? Is it a 6K plus the flight? Like, I need information, okay? I'm married, so I ain't really in the business of peeing on people, and men's and whatnot, but I don't know, it's a little intriguing. Can I like pee in the cup and then you take it home and you splatter on yourself? I know that's a little graphic, but I'm just saying, can we make something work? I would just charge you 2K. I'm gonna give you a coupon for that. I'm just saying, like, what are y'all doing with the bodily fluids? Like, what's going on here? But y'all know they be saying the IG models be flying over there to, get all types of things done to them. So I ain't gonna judge. We get Candace, she over there got business, and they're talking about their trip. They're talking about, hey, we need to see what's popping, okay? Because we in another country. We need to see what we need to do to have some fun. So of course, one of the homegirls was like, well, I've looked up some museums and some tours. And the cousin was like, I'm trying to do something fun. So Candy was like, well, we need to find a local to really get into the realness of, the city. And yeah, I was triggered because I was in a situation where I was on a girls' trip and one of my friends at the time was trying to hook us up with some tours or some museums. And I'm like, nah, bruh, like we are in Miami. Like, who wants to do a museum or a tour in Miami Beach? Like, where they do that at, son? Like, no, ain't nobody trying to go and see no artwork in Miami on spring break. Mm-mm. So yeah, that was a done deal, okay? But during the conversation, we see Candace. She look like she done seen the ghost. I'm like, do we need to call the po-po? Like, what's going on here? Like, what's the problem? So she's like in a trance. So she gets up and just starts, heading to this direction. And we see Van over there with a baguette in her book bag at the butcher shop. And so she's like, Candace, no, Candace was like, Van girl, is that you? It's me, Candace. So of course Van, she over there, like, what was going? I'm sorry, like, huh? No, 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 you have wrong person. And she was like, girl, Van, stop playing, girl. Like, it's me, Candace. So eventually, Van realized like it ain't gonna really like work out like that. Me acting like I don't know this girl. So she eventually was like, "Hey, girl, how you doing?" She's like, "Okay, what you doing here? What you doing here?" "Oh, no, 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 no. I'm just, running errands." So we see Van. She invites Candace and them to her petty apartment. Okay, looks very lived in. We see there's a magazine on the coffee table, and there's a spread of your girl Van. I gotta take a drink, y'all. So this girl, a whole model up in here, okay? We don't know how long she been at Patty at this point. Enough to really get established, get a photo shoot for it to be printed and purchased and put on your coffee table. Like, what's the math going on here? Like, for real. Sorry, y'all. So Van was like, "Let me get you guys some tea or something to drink, okay?" And so your girl, Candace is over there trying to super be nosy. She noticing there's missed calls and text messages on Van's phone. And so she tries to get Van alone to kind of talk to her and see what's going on. But Van, of course, she's avoiding the, conversation. So she's like, "Hold up, y'all. I got to go. Y'all could come with, okay? Because these errands got to be ran, all right?" So they was like, "Yeah, let's get into it. Let's go." So, Candace is still confused, but she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go." So they go into this like hotel, and they go into this room. This guy's in there, singing Ashanti, "Oh baby," and he was just jamming, okay, and talking like, "Hey, is she still with Nelly?" I'm like, "What in the TMZ was going on here?" Like, bruh, like, come on now. When did they break up? It had to have been a good 10 years ago, all right? But hey, he's still playing "Oh Baby" like it just came on the radio. So I'ma digress, okay? Excuse me. So your boy, he is off the hook, okay? He talk about, "Yo, let's get naked, let's have some fun." So the homegirls, they was into it, they was down for it, okay? What happens in Patty stays in Patty, okay? We gonna act like this Vegas up in here. So they over there distracting the homeboy. So Van and Candace go into the bedroom, and your boy, unbeknownst to him, he got Ben sprinkling the cocaine and pipes on the bed. So Candace like, "Girl, what you doing? Look like some mess going on." She's like, "Oh, no, no, no. This is what we do on the weekends, okay?" Like, man, like, what you into, girl? She acting like it was just some regular degular things going on. So they end up leaving. She goes to the front desk acting like, she was like in danger of her life. So they had the front desk go call the police. It was a lot. So they left. So your girl Candace is like, "Okay, bruh, what are you going? Like, what is going on here? What are you into?" So yeah, your girl Candace was getting fed up. But hey, hospitality at its finest. We see your girl Van is like, "Okay, I got some more errands to run, so you are welcome to come with." So the homegirls, they was here for it, all right. So y'all, we see Van with this baguette again on. They riding these little scooters, like real petty up in here, okay? Next thing we see, Van is in this hood, if you will, okay? I'm not digging in my nose, I'm just blowing my nose. And so yeah, they are in some Top Boy situation. Okay, if you're not familiar with Top Boy, it's a great show on Netflix. It's like a hood gangster version of The Wire, if you will. So yeah, it's real hood up in there. Okay, so she goes into a little lockbox, and yeah, whatever she's trying to find in this freezer, this cooler, is gone. So she's like, "Oh, oh, I've been hoodwinked. I've been tricked. I've been bamboozled, okay? So I need to figure out what's going on here because Emilio effed me, okay? So next thing we see is some gangsters coming out approaching them. So they looking like, "Oh, we about to be in a sticky situation." So she was like, "Oh, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go." So she lights the cigarette. And so in the background, we see some other dudes, but they get in a conflict, because one of them almost got ran over by a car. So the other dudes that was about to approach Van and them leave. So Van, she screw, she over there, Usain Bolt over there. She was like, "Y'all need to come on and go. Like, let's go." So they go take the train to this museum, child. Oh Lord. Another damn errand, okay? I'm like, Lord, she run more errands than my grandma, okay? So we see Carlos, okay? He answers the door for her, and she was like, "Is Emilio here? Is he here?" He was like, "Yeah, come on in." So Emilio sees her. He shook, okay? Like he done seen the Grim Reaper. I'm like, "Oh man, you out here in these streets, like over here like that, like that." Okay, girl. So Carlos, the boyfriend's like, oh, this is trouble. So he ushers everybody out. And I'm like, what's about to be popping? So Emilia was like, I can't explain. I can't explain. Like, I listen, hear me out. I sorry, I sorry. So apparently he got a history of disappointing your girl Van. Okay, so apparently there's a package he was supposed to have, and yeah, he did not deliver. So she gets out the baguette. Okay, and I'm not a fan of having food out in public air. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very picky about eating outside. And just come on, just in the COVID of it all, okay? But she had this baguette in there. Baguettes are hard to begin with. Like a fresh baguette is typically hard and crunchy anyway. So yeah, but it's all the rage in Patty, okay? So she takes it out. She was like, if you have a baguette out for a couple days, it's hard. A couple weeks is harder, but 6 months, yeah, you should be scared. So next thing we see, Van just beating the bricks off this guy's face, blood everywhere, splat, splat, splat. And I'm like, oh, she thug life. So the friend's over there concerned. And so he was like, wait, 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 wait. So she tells one of the homegirls, check the vase. So she breaks a vase. She's like, no, it's the other one. So they find a little package in the vase, and Van took it and they went on their merry way. I'm like, what the hell is going on up in here? Okay, like, whew, y'all, it's a lot. So at this point, I'm at the episode. I'm like, I'm here for it. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm in the Twilight Zone. I am in the metaverse. Like I didn't know what was going on, but I was sticking to it because it was still funny, but I was still lost as hell. Okay, so we arrive at this bougie party. Okay, in a nice part of Paris. Okay, and we see the dude from the hotel there. She ends up, Van spits in this dude's face. He's in the bathroom masturbating. And I'm like, are you using the spit from Van to do that? Because I was like, oh my God, so much going on. Then I was triggered when she spit on him because I thought about Flavor of Love, Pumpkin. I believe she spit on your girl New York. That was a lot. So I'm like, I'm not a fan of the distant spitting of it all. I'm just saying, okay? So Candace is like, I'm ready to go. The homegirl's like, no, let's stay, let's stay. So we see Van. She sees her boyfriend. He's a chef or what have you. She's put her on an apron because she's about to, chop some things up. This is her job, okay? So Candace was like, I've had enough. Like, what's going on here, bruh? She was like, what are you talking about? She was like, what is going on with your parents? What's going on with her? Like, girl, like, what are you doing? She was like, what are you talking about? What's the problem? Okay. So she proceeds to start plating this food, okay? But it turns out to be some fried hands, like hands sitting like this on a plate, okay? And it didn't really look that good. The hands look, kind of bloated. It looked like it was some shaking bait and I'm put in the oven. Like Candace was like, "Is that a hand?" So they had a little garnish, and I'm like, "Y'all really frying hands?" And we see in the background there's some hands dingling in the kitchen. I'm like, what's going on here? Okay, like the hand. I mean, if we had to choose a body part, I don't know what of a human I would choose to eat. But yeah, the hands, bro. Now, if it was a black hand or maybe a Mexican hand, I'm like, okay, it's some good seasonings, but a white hand ain't really gonna have no good salt and pepper on the inside, so I won't like it. Okay. So anywho, they started serving these hands at the dinner table. So the homegirls at the dinner table, but they are getting introduced by this host. Okay. And this host is letting them know the rules, okay? To, respect the delicacy of this meal. You're going to have to place this napkin and enjoy this meal pretty much blindfolded, okay? And if y'all know me, y'all know I don't like to eat food I can't see. Even if the room is too dark, if it's dark in the car, I still got to have a little bit of light on to see what's going on with my food, bro. Especially if somebody else prepared it. Like I got to see. I don't have situations where I don't caught hair and food, and your girl is not very trusting, all right? So that would not be me. I'll be like, no, no, check please. I'll go to Cafe DuPont or whatever to get some shrimp or some, what is it called, steak and frits. Okay, I'll get something, a crepe. Your girl is going to go somewhere, CVS, whatever pharmacy they're going over there. I'll go in the snack aisle, Like, I'm not eating at this table, bruh. Nah, I'm good. So Candace, she went ahead and she's pressing. She is pressing Van, and so she started asking the hard questions like, "What about Lottie? Van's daughter?" And so she was like, "I'm going to send for her." Okay, she was like, "To eat hands? This no, we from Atlanta. We eat the lemon pepper wings. Like, what are you talking about, girl?" And so we see the breaking down of Van. She's starting to like break down. And so she goes into this conniption fit. She's throwing plates, all the good china. The boyfriend's like, whoa, whoa, like this ain't really the first time this happened. But yeah, you can see like she literally broke character because the whole time she had this French accent. She had on the French outfit, okay? Like she was French all the way, okay? So, we see her break it down when we see Candace being a ride or die friend. She over there comforting her. It was so cute. I just love genuine female friendships. Like it's just nothing like it. Okay. Oh God. So next thing we see Van and Candace. They're on this park bench, and mind you, your girl had on a wig. She had on like a little bob, and apparently she watched a show Emily. I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but apparently it's about a French like kind of like con artist or assassinator or what have you. So she watched that, and that's the character she chose to be. Okay, so now if you see her natural hair, okay, because it's probably some cornrows or some Meek Mill braids, what have you, like how we be doing under the lace fronts and the sew-ins, what have you. And so she was like, what happened? She was like, I've been off for a while. At one point, a few weeks ago, when I was driving down the highway, I just closed my eyes. Next thing I knew, I was on the other side of the highway. And, pretty much she's low key like explaining that she, had a suicide attempt. And she said, when I picked up Lottie, I could tell she knew. And I'm like, well, I don't think Lottie knew, but she probably just felt guilt. And she said she immediately took Lottie to her parents' house and was like, hey, I'll be back. And she said next thing she knew, she took a flight and ended up in Amsterdam. And that's when we started seeing her in the beginning of the episode, I mean, the season. And so, she was, putting a lot of pressure on herself because she was like, Ern, he knows who he is. And Lottie, she even knows who she is. I don't know who I am. And I was like, I don't know if it's a situation of her not really knowing who she is or just really at a point where she's trying to figure out what she wants to be when she grows up. I'm not sure the exact ages of the characters in the show. I'm thinking they're in their mid to late 20s. And that's definitely you start feeling that pressure at that age group, but people in their late 40s or late 30s be having that revelation like, what am I doing with my life? So I think she was really being hard on herself. And I can understand it. She was a teacher, and I've had teacher friends that changed careers because she was fired. So she probably always grew up wanting to be a teacher, or at least spent college, training to be a teacher. And when that option kind of was taken away from her, she probably was kind of at a loss. So I can understand it. All right. So your girl, she was going through it, but we gotta pray for Van, y'all. Come on, we gotta put in the prayer line, have all the sisters in the church praying for your girl Van, okay? But Van was like, hold up, ain't you got somebody to pee on, okay? It's getting late. So yeah, Candace, she kind of shrugged it off. So we next see her homegirl's cousin, I believe it was Siobhan or something. She's knocking on some man's door. And he was like, you have to use the restroom. She was like, no, let's get into it. I done drank 2 bottles of water at lunch. Like, let's get it over with. I'm like, oh, she done called her home. She done phoned a friend to pee on this man. But it was like clearly 8, 9, 10 o'clock. And I'm like, you done hold these bottles of waters since lunch, girl. Like, bless your bladder at the 20-something-year-old age that you're probably at. Because I'm a golden girl. My bladder's a golden girl. 6, 7 hours. No, bro. That ain't gonna work. So we see him being very careful and cautious. He's putting down tarp on the floor. We see this wonderful view of the Eiffel Tower. And she proceeds to pull down her pants, and we see and hear her pee on this man. I'm like, if you gonna pee for 6K, you definitely need to do it for the Eiffel Tower, okay? Like the view was immaculate, okay? But the bottles of water kind of crept up because next thing we hear is your boy choking. I'm like, are you peeing on this man's in his mouth or his body? Like, how is this working? Okay, come on. What is the logistics? Like, what? How specific do you get when you place an order to get peed on? Like, I want to know, okay? But the top everything off, the scene cuts and they start playing Splash Waterfalls by Ludacris. Okay, now that's my song. Like, that's probably my favorite Ludacris song. I adore that song, but it was just so humorous that they played that song, Splash Waterfalls, okay? But the episode isn't over, okay? Because after the credits, whew, y'all, we see Ern, he's getting a package. He's at a hotel. And I'm thinking it's Van's luggage because she said her luggage was missing when she arrived overseas, but maybe she lied. Now that I think about it, since she kind of left the States in a hurry, she probably didn't have any luggage. I don't know. But he was like, this ain't my bag. But he was like, your earned marks, right? He was like, yeah. Traveled on May 8th or whatever. He was like, yeah, just take the bag. The dude was not trying to do no investigating. This your bag, bruh. So he opens the bag. There's some toiletries, some medications, a Deftones t-shirt. Heard of them, but I'm not familiar with the group. I'm not sure if I'm thinking too deep, but I'm like, are you saying that we're tone deaf in terms of America, black people? I'm just looking into things maybe too deep, who knows? And then we creepily, I probably ain't saying it right, y'all. Bless my sick spirit. Um, the camera zooms into this family photo of this white family, and we see Ern, and he was actually in the reparations episode. It was called The Big Payback. I think that was episode maybe 5 or 6. I'm not sure. And he was also in episode 1, the Aquarius episode. And I remember I remember his name being Ern, but not necessarily Ern Mark. So that was kind of like interesting. But yeah, if you guys remember in the reparations episode, he mentioned like his luggage was lost. But there's a lot of like ways to interpret it. I'm not gonna get too deep. Y'all let me know in the comments. What do y'all think about the whole luggage situation? Okay, but it took me a while. I had to really sit with this episode. It got better as I thought about it. Still a little off, still a little confusing. If it was my choice, I would definitely have chose other content to discuss Van and what she's going through. But hey, this is art. I'm not going to complain about what they gave me because this season has been immaculate. Like chef's kiss, like no complaints. I enjoyed the one-offs. I enjoyed the episodes without the cast a little more than the ones with it, even though all of them are equally good. They found a way to say things out loud, but still subliminally say things as well. There's a lot of things you had to catch maybe the second time watching it. Like this show was great, and I loved the first 2 seasons, and I really was under the impression that this was the last season, but there's actually going to be a season 4 that may be releasing in the fall, which is I believe is the last season. So yeah, Atlanta, you guys did a great job. I appreciate the content. Yeah, let me know what you thought about this episode. What was your favorite episode of the season? Mine was, I believe, episode 9, Rich Wigga, Poor Wigga. Like, that episode was perfect. I enjoyed it. So please like this video, subscribe to my channel, okay? And yeah, this is my 100th video, y'all. Like, come on. Give me the likes, okay? Give me the love. I appreciate it. Until next time, toodles.